Good afternoon, Ken at Tortoise Capital. This is a summary of the 90-minute debriefing I did with Dr. Morrison on the Forex 2020 project. You can hear Eric in about an 8-minute video describing the top-level overview of the system and their approach at the following YouTube link. This is my annual debriefing with him to take a look at the courseware and to give them some challenges for next year. So we started in February of 2020 with developing a Forex course rapidly. I went through a couple design iterations with beta testers to really focus in on what the people need, want, and can use in a practical way. And we're satisfied that between February and June, we sorted all that out, and the final course in its current form went final in July, and I'm really satisfied that what they've done is applied the tortoise approach and our statistical basis of looking at the market to the currencies, and have come up with a very nice set of rules to trade and a very effective course with well-defined lessons and support materials that help transfer that knowledge pretty quickly. I'm really impressed with the way they've taken our TC2000 bundle and added to it to create tools that are optimized for Forex and their particular approach. And I'm really satisfied that what they've done there is create some bulletproof tools that are easy to learn, simple to apply, and robust in their results. The rule set has simplified since our initial efforts in February and March as they've discovered what actually worked and what was easier to sustain, and have continued to learn through practice, and that's turned out to be a very effective set of rules that support Forex trading throughout the week in multiple time frames, and I'm really proud of the work that they've done there. They've created a weekly support group check-in through Zoom and Skype. In the year of the virus, it's almost inevitable, but they've really turned that into not only a support group for emotions, but a collaborative group learning environment that allows them to rapidly identify good ideas, test them out, apply them in practice, and then scale them to the whole team. Eric gave me a debrief on this week's performance, that the horsepower report. It was kind of a typical week. It featured a 57% win rate, 2-to-1 win-loss ratio, and I think they had 58 trades, but that's sort of typical for the week. Because of the simplification and standardization that they've hammered out here this year, they've increased their currencies covered from 21 to 34, the power of simplification. They have been diversifying in terms of markets, as you can see, but also in time frames, and we've got global traders that have found ways to apply the rule sets to their own particular time circumstances, time zones, and whatnot, and using that to supplement income and other trading activities. So they've done a nice job of being flexible on time frames. They've diversified in behavior, and what I mean by that is that they've created a set of techniques, tools, disciplines, and processes that have changed the way these traders are trading. And they found a way to reward success and to prune away things that don't work and engage in behavior modification with their journaling and process check-ins and accountability partners until this style of trading has become second nature to them. And so I think that diversification into effective trader behavior is really one of the reasons I know they can continue to sustain this work. They've done a great job, in my view, of harvesting the gains when they get them. So they go into a trade frame with some expectations based on statistics of what a reasonable move could provide. And when they get those gains, they are not shy about making bank and ringing the bell and adding to the kitty, adding to the bank account by taking what they could reasonably hope to achieve. They're not changing their behaviors in the face of gains. They are maintaining their discipline, and so I think that's key to behavior modification and this whole idea of harvesting. I asked Eric to comment on 3 topics that are really important to me these days. One of them is, how do you focus with all the noise that's out there and so much stuff happening around the world? how do you maintain your focus? And that gets back to their rigorous tools and processes and rule sets that allow them essentially to focus on what's important, make actionable decisions based on the readings, frame their trades, then trade their frames, and really let the rest of it just kind of go and be what it is without intruding into the trading space. So I think they've done a really nice job of setting up the conditions under which their trading can be performed professionally. The next thing I'm interested in is alignment, because one of the things that can happen with a success in a trading system is that the gains become what matters to you, and then it almost is like a dopamine rush, the endorphin rush, and you want more of that. And now you get away from what made you successful in chasing the dollars. And so one of the things that they've been very effective at doing is anchoring the things that they do to the people that they are, finding out who they are, what their purpose is, what their values are, and then coming up with behaviors and systems that allow them to manifest that in the world. And by continually reinforcing that, then they're able to just accept the results as they are and stay focused on the process that gets them those results. And by not losing sight of those objectives and goals, they're able to reinforce positive behavior and resist the temptation to make emotional decisions in the moment. So I think that whole process of total person alignment with who you are and what you stand for in the world is one of the reinforcements of the discipline that they bring to the endeavor. And then finally, resilience, because this is, life has a way of challenging you, and there's some emotional challenges that need to be worked through. Resilience to me is that ability to continue to do what you know you need to do, what you want to do, what you intend to do, in spite of all the many temptations to do otherwise, to be able to keep going and maintain that proficiency and professional behavior. So I asked him where that resilience comes from, because my sense is that the team is stronger now at the end of a difficult year than they were at the start. So not only have they survived, they have learned how to thrive in this current chaotic market. So that is very gratifying and exciting as we think about the year ahead, that we can continue to grow even under adverse conditions. It turns out that adverse conditions really have a lot of opportunity in there if you can stay true to who you are and what you do, especially if you have a strong social network and a collaborative group learning environment in which to do that. Keeps you on the prize, keeps you on the gold, if I can say it that way. So the resilience comes from that alignment and the focus. That helps create resilience, remembering what you're in the business for and what it is that you're working towards. That vision of the future can help create the emotional bank account that you can draw upon and when times are tough. We are social animals, and we regulate each other's nervous systems with our communications and our positive support. And so that social network is not just an exchange of good ideas in a marketplace, but it really is a group of people committed to each other and their common purpose, which is that sense of duty. So all of those things help you build the emotional bank account, which creates a resource of resilience that you can draw upon. So I'm really pleased to see that they've sorted all that out. I gave them some challenges for 2021. I think the crypto is now mature enough that we want to really bring those into the currency fold and sort out how to adapt our rule sets to be optimized for crypto. And I think we can do that through either the Forex and the equity markets to come up with a similar rule set for cryptos. I think it should fit in nicely based on my prototypes of our rule sets applied to crypto. I want them to scale more so that the group gets larger, but also has more small groups at the same time. And I want them to be able to improve the speed of good ideas coming up from the bottom, being processed at the top, and then shared back out to the people. I want to improve the economies of scale and the efficiencies of scale that comes with that learning environment. So I've asked them to figure out how to expand their infrastructure to support more people. I also want them to do more work on formal journaling. I do that with Eric, but I want to see more of the traders doing their own case studies and systems brief and testimonials so that we can learn from the good work of others. I've found that by doing this, you actually learn faster. There's a real accelerated learning when you start journaling and teaching others what it is that you do, and so I want to see them do that. And then really the challenge for them is going to be just keep doing what you're doing and keep producing results that look like this, where you have no losses greater than 1. You have between -1 and +2 are a positive expectancy system, so the average trade wins, and that this generates the money that allows you to be available for larger than 2R wins. Occasionally that will happen, and as long as you're making your professional money in here and managing your risk, the possibility of these fat right tails are built into the rule set, and so once in a while we get a reward. And they're producing an equity curve that looks like this, a steady rate of gains over time with minimal drawdowns and tight shot groups. So by putting that system quality number on there, looking at the last 30, 60, and 90 trades, we get insights into how well things are performing, and we'll know when it's time to adjust the rules based on the performance of the equity curve. That's just very tortoise in its approach. So I will conclude just by saying, really proud to be working with Eric. He's a great human being, a selfless servant in every aspect of his life, and these guys have really put together a powerful learning environment for Forex. And I think with an investment of very little time each week, there's a way that you can gain some diversity if you're interested. The course is well suited to deliver at your own pace through the web, through our learning management system, and the learning infrastructure for the small groups and for the support groups is already well established and will scale. So we'd be happy to have you come on board and partake in the effort. So give me a shout. I'll get you connected with Eric if you're interested in this, and you can reach me as always at longke at Yahoo. And looking forward to your continued success. Take good care. Enjoy the holidays. Be safe out there.